When we concern ourselves with preserving human voices and faces, we must also include the creative explorers, the artists who face and preserve the human condition through human expression in the form of movement and music, poetry and painting, words and colors, books and films, fashion and jewelry. I'm Dr. Joy, as was introduced. I am the founder of the Algorithmic Justice League. I tell stories that make daughters of diasporas pause and also dream, as well as sons of privilege pause. I led one of the most cited and influential studies on AI bias as part of my MIT work. And as you heard, I'm a poet. Currently, the atmosphere of innovation is being shaped by forces that have created a new class of people that I call the Excoded. So the Excoded are those who live the nightmares of AI discrimination and exploitation. The Excoded include people like Portia Woodruff, who was falsely arrested due to misidentification from AI-powered facial recognition. She was 8 months pregnant when she was being held and reportedly had contractions, reportedly by great journalists like Kashmir Hill. She's not alone in facing algorithms of discrimination. 3 years before Portia's arrest, Robert Williams was falsely arrested in front of his 2 young daughters by the same Detroit Police Department. Despite ample evidence of racial and gender bias in facial recognition technologies, we still live in a world where preventable AI discrimination is allowed. We must stop the irresponsible use of AI to make sure no one suffers the nightmares experienced by Portia, Robert, and their families. The Excoded include even more people falsely arrested due to AI, like grandmother Angela Lepp, Michael Oliver, Najir Parks, Randall Reed, and many others whose names may never make headlines, but whose lives, faces, and voices matter all the same. Increasingly, artists are among the Excoded, those harmed by algorithms of exploitation. So much of what impresses us about AI-generated outputs is seeing the regurgitation of human art and genius. As the daughter of an artist, I grew up surrounded by towering oil paintings. When I became a published author, I learned what it costs to put years into creating a book, to craft ideas with precise words. When we concern ourselves with preserving human voices and faces, we must also include the creative explorers, the artists who face and preserve the human condition through human expression in the form of movement and music, poetry and painting, words and colors, books and films, fashion and jewelry. Without concerted efforts to foster creative mastery that goes beyond prompts and imitations, we risk living in the age of the last masters. We risk an age where human expression becomes excoded by AI. Even celebrity cannot shield you from being excoded, as Tom Hanks discovered when his digital twin, made with generative AI, was used to promote a service he did not endorse, or as we saw the infamous Pope in a puffer jacket. We have seen that for far too many, having their likeness be used for deep fakes is just a normal part of their life now. And we've also seen the disproportionate impact of explicit deepfake imagery, especially for women and young girls. We need biometric rights that protect our faces and voices from algorithms of exploitation. I stand with artists and writers who are protesting against the algorithmic exploitation of their creative work. Companies have received billions of dollars of investment while using copyrighted work taken without permission or compensation. Innovation is possible without theft that enables fraud and erodes our information ecosystems. While we erode human mastery in the arts, world powers seek military mastery with AI targeting. We have entered an age where military powers are embracing AI to identify targets, and facial recognition-facilitated kill chains are no longer the realm of speculation. Too many humans have lost their voices forever as a result of AI-enabled annihilation. In my poem, Precisely Who Will Die, I lay out the stakes of AI and war. Precisely who will die? Some say AI is an existential risk. We see AI as an exterminating reality, accelerating annihilation, augmenting destruction. I heard of a new gospel, delivering death with the promise of precision, the code name for an old aim to target your enemy, the other, reduced to rubble. Face erased, name displaced, as the drones carry on in a formation that spells last shadow. AI wars first fought at the doors of our neighbors. Next, the bombs drop on your private chambers. Cease to believe fire on fire will deliver peace. Precisely who will die? Zeroed out by ones and guns. The killing machines on battlefields can easily be integrated into civilian streets to supposedly keep us safe. We would be mistaken to think that the technology that facilitates precise targeting to kill individuals will not be used for everyday surveillance if we do nothing. The time to act is now. We can start with the right to life. We can take seriously the call of over a decade from the campaign to stop killer robots to call for a new international law on autonomy in weapons to ensure human in control when it comes to the use of force. Having AI systems select kill targets and then having a human take a quick look is not sufficient. Human in the last minute loop of a kill decision is not meaningful oversight. As an earlier speaker said, speed kills. In addition to protecting human life, we can also safeguard human livelihoods. We can address algorithms of exploitation by establishing creative rights that uphold 4 Cs: consent, compensation, control, and credit. Artists should be paid fairly for their valuable content and control whether or how their work is used from the beginning, not as a post hoc opt-out. Standards like RSL Media and the text and data mining protocols are starting points that require adoption and enforcement to become meaningful technical infrastructure. And though infrastructure for consent is nascent, the infrastructure for mass surveillance is growing rapidly. Biometric surveillance is accelerating with the use of facial recognition, gait tracking, even remote heartbeat analysis. These AI-powered biometric technologies can be used to guess a person's identity, age, gender, race, health status, and more. Right or wrong, these guesses can inform whether you're allowed to travel, given access to government services, verified for payment, scrutinized by law enforcement, provided medical attention, or even targeted by drones. Without public deliberation, biometric technologies are being integrated into neighborhood-facing doorbells, discrete smart glasses, storefronts, and schoolyards. They show how easily technology sold for convenience can shackle us to surveillance networks. Biometric technologies demand we determine whether our valuable faces and voices will be the ticket to participate in public life or protected as critical and as a necessary frontier of privacy. Time is running out, but it is not too late to unmask AI and protect what is human in a world of machines. The precipice is near, but it is not nigh, and it is not too late to free the Excoded. So I will end with one more poem, if you'll permit me. To the Excoded and freedom fighters around the world, resisting and revealing the lie that we must accept the surrender of our faces, the harvesting of our data, the plunder of our traces. We celebrate your courage, no silence, no consent. You show the path to algorithmic justice requires a league, a convening, a neighborhood, hallway gatherings, coffee breaks, Sharpies and posters, coalitions, petitions, testimonies, letters, research and potlucks, dancing and music, everyone playing a role to orchestrate change. To the Excoded and freedom fighters around the world, persisting and prevailing against algorithms of oppression, automating inequality through weapons of math destruction. We stand with you in gratitude. You demonstrate the people have a voice and a choice, when defiant melodies harmonize to elevate human life, dignity, and rights. The victory is ours. Thank you.
Everyone turn on your facial recognition block. We're here to make a plan and can't nobody stop. Everyone